Triplett, is there really a Lucifer or primary devil? And if so, what role, if any, will that demon play in the coming conflict?
Well, there definitely is really a Lucifer. Satan is the Lord of this world. He is behind this. He's been working for generations to control this world, and he controls it through money, because money, it says, the Bible says, the love of money is the root of all evil, and all the evil in the world is basically rooted in the love of money, which is the international bankers and the Rothschilds, and they own and control the Federal Reserve Bank, and they produce trillions of dollars every year. One YouTube video I watched said they're producing over $1 trillion a year. $100 bills cost them 3 cents in paper and ink to make. But if you've seen the triangle on the if you've seen the triangle on the $1 bill, the head of that triangle at the very peak, it's Lucifer. That's who he is. You call it the Illuminati or the people, but they're Satan's high priests. They've been working to destroy the United States of America, because this country, with our constitutional form of government, we are the last stronghold of free people on the planet. And the coming conflict is going to involve the taking down of the United States of America and destroying our constitutional form of government. And the purpose is to make this country, and whoever survives the coming great and dreadful day of the Lord, to make every living person compliant to the New World Order and the global government and a global economy that they control. And of course, we're not going to bow down to them. And there is going to be a great war. And the war is going to start with the first horse in Ezekiel 6. The scroll with 7 seals on it, the white horse comes out with the voice of thunder. That thunder, and that's the sound of the nuclear bomb exploding in Ezekiel chapter 1. That's why Ezekiel 4 says, get a brick and put up a siege wall and a ramp and an iron plate, put it between you and the city, and stockpile the food, because Ezekiel 4 tells you food and water is going to be scarce. But this war is going to hit all of a sudden. It's the rider on the white horse with the voice of thunder. He's a conqueror. He rides out as a conqueror, bent on conquest. He has a bow. That's the attack. Listed in Joel chapter 2, the day of the Lord, as his large and mighty army comes. This large and mighty army that's coming is going to be a multinational coalition of nations. They're going to be authorized by the United Nations to take down this United States constitutional government that has officially been declared in violation of international law. And it's going to actually be, in their mind, an international law enforcement action required, because we have officially been declared in violation of international law. When George W. Bush went into Iraq, after he went to the United Nations to seek authorization to take out Saddam based on a fictitious story that Bush had British intelligence that Saddam's got weapons of mass destruction. There were none found. But Bush was actually doing what the United Nations wants every nation to do. Come to them, get authorization first. Why? Because they're saying that now there is a new higher authority that governs all the nations of the world, and the international law is a law that trumps all nations' laws, and that if this nation, the United States, continues to stand tall, free, and independent and sovereign, that we don't bow to anyone, they're going to have to take us down. And so the Bushes are part of the New World Order. They are, in fact, Satan's high priests. They're part of the organization that Satan's behind. The conflict is there. And they're going, and Kofi Annan, who was Secretary General of the United Nations at the time, officially announced on an international news broadcast The United States is violating international law. That's that, and now they've established international law, has teeth, and it will be enforced. That's what Desert Storm was all about. The UN passed a resolution. Saddam's in Kuwait. He's violating international law, and they enforced international law with 750,000 troops went into Iraq and took Saddam out, put him back in the country, because they are now at the helm of the world, leading. They're taking over. It's the New World Order is in place. And what the Day of the Lord prophecies are talking about, a day of great disaster is coming. New Testament scriptures, the people will be busy buying, selling, building, planting, marrying, giving in marriage when sudden destruction comes upon them. The sudden destruction that's coming is a massive, modern, Pearl Harbor style military attack described in the book of Joel as the Day of the Lord. The Day of the Lord and this military attack, it's called a Northern Army. Joel 2 actually says they'll be driven back out. Because guess what? When they come into this country, they will encounter greater opposition than they anticipated. And we may suffer from the attack, but we will recover. And we're not going down. Their scriptures are saying that. So I'll go into that further in other videos. Thank you for watching.